Okay guys, this is the trade recap for the GBP USD trade, the long-term trade that we took on Monday I think, and the trade that we took yesterday, and the other trade we just took today, right? So first of all, how I determined my bias and narrative and my draw on liquidity on a higher time frame, right? On weekly time frame, I'm looking for three things, right? I'm looking for what? For higher time frame key level, and then I'm looking for directional bias, short term or long term bias, and then I'm gonna identify my DOL after, right? So now what I did first, I marked my key level, right? First I checked here, price was going, what was going to the upside, right? It was sweeping lows, breaking highs, right? So the current order flow for this leg was bullish, right? So after a strong impulse move, if that impulse move takes out what takes out a high, we know that we can anticipate a retracement or a reversal. So for this instance, we are having what a retracement, right? So this leg on this time frame, it's a retracement. So since we don't trade on weekly time frame, we are scalping, and we are scalpers, and also we are doing intraday trading, right? So now we see that, okay, after this leg, after a correction, what can we get out in the next one? We can get an impulse to the upside, right? So this was the idea when I'm looking at the market structure, and then I came and highlighted my key level. So these two candles, right? The black candle, this one, and this white candle. This is what it's support, right? It's a higher time frame key level. It's a V-shaped key level. Since it's what is from what our weekly time frame, it's gonna work as what as our key level, as what a strong area that we can anticipate to reverse price, right? So now I identified my weekly key level and weekly order flow, right? Now I'm gonna look for what? I'm gonna look for a higher time frame CRT that I can frame my narrative based on this time frame. So now I see, okay, this candle got swept by this one. So here was my weekly CRT, right? My weekly low. This was the low, then this is the high. This is my DOL, right? So when I'm done with doing this, now what I do, I need to drop down to what? To daily time frame, right? And see what's happening below here. I need to find an intermediate time frame CRT and intermediate key levels that I can frame this trade idea here, right? So now I'm gonna drop down to what? To daily time frame. So now I'm at daily time frame, right? So remember, this key level is from what? Is from our weekly time frame, right? So I'm gonna also refine this key level and see what's here on daily. So what's here on daily? I see that we have what? We have this inversion fair value gap right here. So this is what? It's our inversion FVG. It's supporting what? It's supporting our trade idea, our weekly key level, right? We know that it's here. This we can remove to keep our charts clean, right? You can take this. Now what else can we see here that's happening below here? We swept our key level here, and then on weekly we got a rejection with the weekly candle. We rejected on this higher time frame key level. So if we test a higher time frame key level and get a strong rejection, that key level is gonna be valid to take price up higher if we're looking to buy. If we're looking to sell, we're gonna take price what? Lower, right? So here weekly rejected what? Weekly rejected weekly, right? So now this candle also here, it rejected where here, and then this candle broke this one, broke this candle, right? So now I can remove this also to show that price it wants to do what? It broke here and closed back inside this weekly range. It's showing that price is wants to go, it's going up, right? So after that, we're gonna drop down to what? We already identified our daily buyers and draw on liquidity. Our buyers, we are going up. Our DOL is to come to this level, right? No, we drop down to H4. H4, we're gonna look for what? For a key level, a valid key level from a higher time frame key level. Then we're gonna drop to what? To H4. So now we are at H4, right? So at H4 also, we're looking for what? We're looking for our H4 key levels, right? To anticipate how we got this move, right? That we are currently holding, that we entered at this breaker block here. So first of all, I've noticed that price purged here, right? At the key time, it was 5 a.m., right? So here we got what? Our 1 a.m. candle, which is what? Our CRT, right? So this was our lower time frame CRT, which is H4. So we know that a move that is taking out an important low or important high, and if we get a close above this candle, it becomes what? It becomes our model 1 or our order block, right? So this candle became what? Our key level to take entries from. This became our model 1 to take our entries from. So now below this model 1, after we got here, we had what? We had this inversion here to support price, to show that price want to go where? To the upside, right? So now we got this to support price to the upside. And then after this, what else can we do to verify, to see that our narrative is stronger enough, right? We're gonna put what? We're gonna put in our new day opening gap indicator to see that in these areas where we are trying to enter from, do we have extra confluence for the new week opening gap indicator to support our narrative? We are staking what? We are staking ideas, staking key levels in the same price range to make our key level to be strong, to take the price to the upside, right? So let's put in the indicator. So now we did put in our indicator, a new week opening gap, a new day opening gap indicator. As you see, there's lines here, right? So we're gonna take here, where is our model 1 entry? It's here on this big bulky candle, right? On top of it, we can see that we have what? We have our new week opening gap, right? So it's building what? It's building our confidence to say we can indeed go to where? To the upside, right? Now we can remove this indicator after to keep our charts clean, right? So now after this, after we did this, what else can we do here to strengthen our key level for us, that made us to be able to enter from this key level, right? So now we tested what? We tested our week. We picked this higher time frame key level from weekly key level, right? Weekly rejected weekly. That's how I picked this key level, right? And then this key level, it came where daily rejected what? Rejected from this weekly key level, and then it closed inside the weekly range, right? And then now we came and checked at this price action here that's formed here, and then at this price action that's formed here, we have what? We have IFEG that's combined with our BPR, balance price range. Ne? From here to here, it's our balance price range. And then now, exactly again at these same areas, we have what? We have these breaker blocks here. This area, it's our breaker block. We are staking entries. We are staking key levels, I mean. So around this area, we have three confluences. We have model 1, first, second, breaker, third, our new week opening gap, right? While we are coming from what? We are coming to test what? Our weekly key level that got rejected by weekly and daily. And then H4 swept and gave us our model 1, and also H4 gave us what? Our H4 CRT range to confirm this move that's about to happen. So now, another thing that we check also here, we check SMT. If we have SMT here from this area, we check SMT from here to here, checking our SMT or SSMT, right? SMT is a great tool to use to validate our key levels that they're gonna hold or not, right? So we got SMT here, and here we can assume this was our PSP, right? This can be our PSP candle. This red one can be our PSP. We're gonna confirm using what? Checking Euro USD, whether we have SMT or PSP at these areas, right? So we confirm that this key level wants to hold. And then now, again, what else can you use, right? We're gonna try to use a time-based key level. There's this thing that I call time-based key level, where we are using quarterly theory indicator, right? So in quarterly theory, what we are doing when we are using it, we're gonna look that, okay, this will be our key level, right? So it's gonna be like this. Let me do this quick. Key level, key level. So what I mean when I say time-based key level, right? So let's assume price comes down here. It's creating this key level, right, from a higher time frame that we wanna use. At what? When you look, it's creating this thing inside this red box, for example, right? Red box is our Q2, right? So it's moving, it's doing its thing, and then as it gets in Q2 again on another cycle, it's doing this thing. It's coming to test this key level, right? So this key level and this key level is the same thing, right? So let me do this so that you don't get lost, right? So it's doing this. It's coming here. Remember, this key level got created at Q2, right? And then as price, when it comes here, it's giving what? It's giving us a CRT here. Sorry about this. So price, when it gets here, it's giving us a CRT candle. So as it's giving us a CRT, and then now it's coming to purge the CRT low and testing what this key level that was formed at Q2 in what at the same time this side is what it's also a Q2. So this we call it a time-based key level ranges. We also use quarterly theory to verify our zones, right? Our key levels. So now I'm anticipating, okay, this thing now when it's forming at Q2 while our key level was formed at Q2, it's a higher probability key level that's gonna take price to the upside, right? So this is a time-based key level, right? So here we can frame our model that it's already existing, that we are already using, all the components that we are using, like all of these things here that we are looking for before we end. We can look for them here after we've tried to verify our key level here. Doesn't matter if this key level is an old low or old high or an order block or FEG or a breaker or IFEG, as long as it was created at the same range, even if it can create from the gray one, which is Q1, and when it comes to test it in future, it's also Q1. It doesn't matter. It's still what? It's still fine. It's still considered at what? As a time-based key level, right? We're still gonna use it and try to frame our trades here using what? Using time. And inside here, still we're gonna do what? We're gonna use our Gantt box also to frame what? To frame our entry pattern, which our smaller time frame model or our higher time frame model. So this indicator, you're gonna use quarterly theory, right? It's gonna show below here. So you're gonna check the colors. You're gonna check whether it's green, and then it's gonna trade to green. Red, it's gonna trade to red. This is how you can verify your key levels, right? So yeah, ask any questions if you want more clarities on this concept that I just introduced now.